This week, Kia's given me the new 2023 Niro plug-in hybrid to drive, but it inspired me to make a video talking about the most fuel-efficient vehicles out on the market here in 2023, so let's get into it. Number 8 is the only luxury vehicle on the list. This is the Lexus ES 300h, starting around $42,000. It gets us a still impressive 44 miles per gallon, which ties a lot of the Honda Accord hybrids in fuel economy. It has a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder hybrid, front wheel drive only, but it is the most powerful hybrid on the list today at 215 horsepower. 0 to 60 on this bad boy will be around the 7-second range, which makes it one of the quickest hybrids on the list as well. And if I haven't made this obvious already, every single vehicle on this list today is a hybrid. Now, can you get more miles per gallon if you combine it with a plug-in hybrid system? Of course, like in this vehicle, but that's just a different discussion altogether. This is pure hybrid, don't need to plug in the vehicles whatsoever. So the ES hybrid proves that you can have a luxury vehicle that's also efficient, so you can have your cake and eat it too. Getting on to vehicle number 7 on the list is also out of Toyota's camp. This is the refreshed 2023 Corolla. Now the Corolla is pretty cool because it got an updated powertrain as well, not just looks on the outside. So we have a 1.8 liter, but you have an upgraded hybrid system, 5th generation Toyota hybrid system. Strangely, it went down about 5 miles per gallon. As a result, we have about 13 more horsepower here in the mid 130s, and 0 to 60 on this car is not fast, around 9 seconds, but you can get it in all-wheel drive, which gives you a 40 horsepower motor in the rear. And when I drove the refreshed Corolla, it felt a lot more fun to drive. It was much more peppy. The dog wanted to get up and play more often. It still is lightweight, fun to throw in the turns. But you know, this vehicle strikes a really good balance of low entry price. It is the cheapest hybrid on the list today at around $23,000 while still getting good fuel economy. Coming at number 6 on the list is the all new redesigned Honda Accord hybrid, starting around $32,000 with a sport grade. But that has 19-inch wheels. The most efficient grade on the new hybrid is the EXL, which has a 17-inch wheels. That gets you up to 48 miles per gallon. The rest of the hybrids are around 44 miles per gallon. You have a 2-liter hybrid in there with a little over 200 horsepower and 247 pound-feet of torque. It's one of the faster vehicles on this list with a 0 to 60 around 7 seconds as well. But that 0 to 60 time was kind of all over the place for me. I got upper 6s and kind of mid 7s when I was testing it out in California between 2 different grades. And even though the new redesign has a lot of opinions because it's so bland and looks like a bunch of other sedans that preceded it, the new Accord is probably the smoothest hybrid on this list with its eCVT system. They have just completely removed the engine pretty much from the driving experience. You hardly ever hear it, and it's just so smooth in operation. So the Accord, even though it's bland looking, has that going for it. And then that same hybrid system will be coming in the Civic hybrid in 2024. So I guess we'll revise this list next year when we're talking about hybrids. Coming at number 5 on the list is the Camry hybrid, an arch rival to the Accord right before this. It comes in at a lower price point in the upper 20s compared to the low 30s for the Accord. 52 miles per gallon on the base LE trim, which is also the cheapest, mind you. The Camry hybrid is one of the quickest vehicles on this list as well, with a 0 to 60 around 7 seconds. There is a new Camry redesign around the corner, probably by the end of 2023 as a 2024 model year. So it'll be fun to see what kind of updates Toyota is able to make with their beloved Camry hybrid that's been around the block a few times by this point. We've talked about the Accord, we've talked about the Camry. Let's not forget the Hyundai Sonata hybrid. I really enjoyed this hybrid when I tested out here in South Florida. I think it looks pretty cool, as well as gets you really good fuel economy. So MPGs here on the base trim is 52 miles per gallon, but on the upper trims it gets you more features, a nicer interior. It's still 51 miles per gallon. Now, one of the benefits of Hyundai's hybrid systems is they use a real transmission, not an eCVT or anything like that. It has a 6-speed dual clutch transmission that will continue in the lineup today after the Sonata hybrid. And so when you drive it, it feels more like a normal car. You feel the gears shifting, but you really never know when the engine is on or off, just like in this Kia Niro hybrid. I wouldn't say it's quite as smooth as Honda's hybrid system, but the problem with the 2-liter hybrid with around 195 horsepower on the Sonata hybrid is that it is pretty slow. 0 to 60 is around 8.5, 9 seconds. And it's unfortunate because its biggest rivals, the Camry hybrid as well as the Accord hybrid, are about 1 second to 2 seconds faster, 0 to 60. Number 3 on the list is the Kia Niro hybrid, coming around $27,000. Now, the cool thing about the Kia Niro is that you can get it in a plug-in hybrid. That's the one I'm in right now. Wait for my review. There's a lot of good things to say about this vehicle. And there's also a fully battery electric EV Niro as well. And those two vehicles, the plug-in hybrid and the EV, are way faster than the base Niro hybrid. Base Niro hybrid has less than 140 horsepower. 0 to 60 on that car is 9 to 10 seconds. It's an absolute slouch, but it does return good fuel economy. It does have a good practicality on it as well. Luckily for the Niro, it has amazing looks, at least in my opinion, when they refreshed it. I guess it's a heavy refresh, this vehicle. They call it a redesign, but it's on the same platform. So it has really good looks to it, even on the base trims. I love the new design of the Kia Niro and just the roominess of this vehicle. As we get to these last vehicles on the list, this definitely has the most MPGs per volume of capacity in the vehicle. Plenty of space in here, tons of headroom, lots of cargo capacity. The new Niro is a great overall package. It's hard to beat on this list today, to be honest. But with just 135 horsepower, I probably wouldn't recommend spending over $30,000 on the new Niro. Now, going from Kia's camp to Hyundai's camp back again, this is number 2 on the list. This is the Hyundai Elantra hybrid. I actually haven't driven this vehicle. Out of all the vehicles on the list today, I've driven them all except this one. From what I've read, though, it is an impressive vehicle. It comes in around $25,000. It is faster than the Corolla hybrid now. Its base blue trim gets us 54 miles per gallon. It is the second most fuel efficient vehicle on this list today. There's a TLX Type S there, that's nice. And just like the Niro before, it has a pretty much identical powertrain. It has a 1.6 liter, 139 horsepower here. So somehow Hyundai was able to get 4 more horsepower over the Kia Niro. Still the same torque at 195 pound-feet of torque. But it smashes the updated Corolla hybrid now with MPGs on the base blue trim, 54 miles per gallon. The Corolla just can't keep up with it with MPGs anymore, as they've gone a little bit more towards performance. Despite that, at least on paper, the Hyundai Elantra hybrid can out-accelerate the new Corolla hybrid. It still would be a fun match to see in a drag race. 0 to 60 on the Elantra hybrid is supposed to be around 8.5 seconds. Which I don't think the Corolla can do that. Maybe an all-wheel drive trim, but like I said, it would be a fun, slow race to watch. And then coming in at number 1 on the list today is the redesigned Toyota Prius that looks like it's from 7 generations removed from the 4th generation. The new 5th gen Prius gets us 57 miles per gallon on the base front-wheel drive LE trim, and of course it goes down as you add all-wheel drive or the large 19-inch wheels. Can't believe I'm saying that on a Prius. It also starts around $28,000 on the base LE trim, which is a really good value. The downfalls with the Prius is not technology, looks, efficiency, or the new 2-liter hybrid, which gives us over 190 horsepower. The downfall for the Prius is that it has compromised a little bit on its functionality. Cargo space has gone down, passenger space headroom has gone down. That's something that this Niro will smoke the new Prius in. But the Prius has so many X factors to it that makes it probably one of the most desirable vehicles on this list. The exterior and interior looks are amazing. You have tons of features on it, pano roof, you have an upgraded 12-inch screen. You just have a lot of things on the Prius going for it. And one of the most important things is you can have the fastest vehicle on this list, arguably, which is a 7-second 0 to 60, while still getting the most fuel economy. I'd say the Niro and the Prius are the kind of jack of all trades on this list. They're both very affordable. The Niro gives up performance, but still gives you more practicality, more space, Whereas the Prius can give you more practicality in some ways with the all-wheel drive system, but you lose out on cargo space. But that sums up the list for the top 8. Which vehicle are you most impressed with on this list, from the smallest vehicles like the Elantra and the Corolla all the way up to the Lexus luxury ES300H? They're all efficient, all getting you over 40 miles per gallon. The Prius is still probably the king of the hybrids now more than ever, now that it's quick and has a sexy design, which those two things have never gone with the Prius in the past. So the Prius is probably going to extend its lead. And if you enjoyed this content with a little ride and drive and talking about a specific topic, make sure to smash that like button. And if you want to see more of this sort of driving and my impressions, make sure to comment down below and subscribe for more, as always. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for my review on the Kia Niro plug-in hybrid, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.